Ciao a tutti e ben ritrovati in un nuovo video con Vimi su Genshin Impact. Proseguiamo con la nostra avventura. Dunque, visto che entro per la prima volta nella giornata di oggi, direi che è cosa giusta fare prima di tutto le giornaliere come al solito. Salve! Avete bisogno di me? Cosa facciamo adesso? Adelinde sarà fuori di sé. Che succede? Ci penso io. Che devo fare quindi? Spazza via. Ok. Mi serve il vento, quindi. Gingo. Sayu. Perché ero qua? Qua. Vieni. Mi serve il vento. Dove sono le cose di sceno? Tutto intorno? O queste? Ah, queste. Trovate. Ui! In un attimo ho fatto tutto con Sayu. Erano solo due. Le altre? Ah, di qua. Trovate. Ui! Molto efficiente. Brava Sayu. Volevo dargli un calcio. Com'è andata? Direi benissimo. Sì, fino all'ultima. Caspita, sei un portento. Ah. Bene, datevi da fare. Che questa casa è gigantesca. E uccellino. Vieni qua. Ah! Dove è andato? Tiè. Vieni qua. Non ce la fai. Haha. Non ce la fai. Tiè. Il colpo finale l'ho dato con Xiangli. Polverizzato.
No rest for the wicked.
Boba, get them! Eat this!
Aia.
By royal
Perde tanta vita Fishil però. Non me l'ho neanche mai reso conto. Au! Dove stava andando?
Dodge this.
Ti è? Perfetto. Tutto in ordine. Come sempre. E ora andiamo a prendere il premio. E poi di volata in Azuma per proseguire con
Come on, let's get moving.
l'avventura.
We're not frozen
Dobbiamo
in place
andare
after
al
all.
santuario per assistere a un esorcismo. Perché uno dei signori che hanno perduto
Ad Astra
la
Ad
visione
Asask. Welcome to the adventure.
pensano che sia
Thank you for
posseduto.
completing today's commissions. Here is your
Grazie.
reward.
Grazie mille. Bene, dentro. Andrà
Ad
bene
Astra
per
Ad Asask.
con lei.
So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. You would have had to witness Sensei one of his fits of madness.
Mm?
Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names to himself.
Nomi strani tra sé e sé.
When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away.
Oh, quando gli ha chiesto chi fossero quelle persone, lui improvvisamente, preso dal panico, l'ha spinta via. Mm?
It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot eyes.
Inettotissa.
All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had defeated in the past. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of
Anzai.
Sensei's. His senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years ago. And he has been a wanderer ever since. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the shrine maidens managed to subdue him, so the exorcism can finally continue. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping Sensei will be back to his normal self very soon. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
Quindi possiamo assistere o dobbiamo solo aspettare? Eh?
How did you catch up with me so quickly?
Come avete fatto a raggiungermi così velocemente? Forse perché sei lento.
Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? You move even quicker than he does.
Sicuri di essere discepoli di Domon? Correte persino più veloci di lui.
Unless... I guess it's been a few years. Maybe his skills have improved again.
Forse è quello di cui ha parlato prima.
Excuse me! We're the ones asking the questions here. First off, who are you?
Chi sei?
And what are you doing sneaking around these parts? You seem like bad news, mister!
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day. Long before you ever showed up.
Anzon?
I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's senior.
Il discepolo compagno di Domon.
His senior?
Quindi sei...
That means
Anzai.
Anzai.
Yes, that's
Anzai.
me.
Me l'ero già scordato il nome. Accidenti. Sì, sono io. Perché sei scappato?
Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again.
E perché eri al dojo allora?
When we were young, we trained under the same sword master.
Da giovani ci siamo
Studying
distratti
Meiko
con lo
Shi'Sui'Art
stesso
together.
maestro, studiando insieme l'arte Meiko Shisui. Erano compagni di
I
dojo.
had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable older disciple. Practitioners of Meiko Shi'Sui'Art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward. I was no exception.
Coloro che praticano l'arte Meiko Shisui perseguono la quiete della mente, la libertà da ogni turbamento. Per questo alla maggior parte dei discepoli non interessano ranghi e ricompense, me incluso.
First thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best sword master, barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this goal.
E che c'era di male?
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Meiko Shi'Sui'Art.
Oh.
Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high expectations for me.
Io dovevo essere il sensei e lui niente.
Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. I fled the dojo that day and never looked back.
Ma dai.
Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately that match used up every last ounce of energy in his body.
Più tardi ho sentito che si era scontrato anche col sensei. Al tempo il sensei era già avanti con l'età e sfortunatamente quello scontro ha consumato fino all'ultima goccia di energia rimasta nel suo corpo.
After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respected his mastery of the blade and his commitment to the art of the sword. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? I'd quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought mine was a name he had long since forgotten. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just wanted to see for myself.
Ci sta?
Okay.
E che
You've
pensi?
heard my story. You should get back now. The exorcism is probably finishing.
Già. Andiamo a vedere.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. He wasn't here to mess up the exorcism at all. Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us. Let's go see how the exorcism's coming along.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not rule out possession with complete certainty.
Ma tu guarda, chi se lo sarebbe mai aspettato? Ma in questo mondo gli spiriti possono assumere una miriade di forme, molte delle quali non ho mai visto di persona. Dunque non oserei escludere la possessione con totale certezza.
All is certainly not lost, For I received word not long ago that Lady Yae has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yae? Is that the same Lady Yae that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news. Then Sensei will be sure to
Ancora,
recover.
tu proprio non capisci, né? Non posso
But Lady
dire
Yae
con
can give a
certezza.
conclusive verdict.
Ci penserà Lady Yae.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yae?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami
Lassù.
Shrine. Lady Yae does not like to be kept waiting. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full and speedy recovery.
Ok, ci rivediamo al Gran Santuario.
Do you think that's Lady Yae?
Oh, eccola.
No wonder Junyo is so excited. She has a really striking presence.
Sì. Yae.
Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now?
Inoltre è un'impressione di Paimon o si è appena girata a guardarci?
Keep away from me.
Ecco Domon. State lontani. State lontani da me.
I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
Ho rinunciato all'arte della spada. Lasciatemi stare, vi supplico.
As you can see, Lady Yae,
Ecco, Yae.
Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Lady Yae, it must be a possession, right?
No.
This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a confident smile.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
Mi dispiace. Mi sembra chiaro che il vostro sensei non sia posseduto da nessuno spirito maligno. Avete bisogno di altre risposte?
Then does that mean he...
Ma allora vuol dire che...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself.
Sì, è lui a essere cambiato.
Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness.
Ecco.
As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths.
Come gli altri che hanno perduto la visione, ha perso se stesso.
As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision.
Per quanto riguarda ciò che ha provocato questo cambiamento, credo si tratti della perdita della sua visione, in quanto perdere la propria visione significa perdere la propria ambizione.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yae, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent
Perché
into
lui
madness?
aveva un'ambizione molto forte.
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Find freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in moments such as these?
Ecco.
Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead.
E una volta tolta l'ambizione, tutti i sensi di colpa, tutte le cose
When that ambition
negative
disappeared, he began to doubt himself.
hanno
As he
schiacciato.
battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now.
Ecco.
Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Un po' come una mia certa conoscenza, fatalmente imperfetta. Sta parlando forse di Raiden?
Sensei.
Raiden?
To think he's been
Raiden?
suffering so greatly.
Proprio Sensei. E pensare che ha sofferto così tanto.
I'm sorry. It's all my
È
fault.
tutta colpa mia.
Father,
Padre.
Sensei,
Sensei.
Onsai.
That's enough.
Basta così.
Huh? Isn't that Onsai? Where did he come from?
You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. That's why I ran.
Quindi possiamo fare pace?
I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you, in the hopes that they might carry you further.
Non possiamo riporre le nostre speranze in te ancora per molto, dato che ci sono state tolte anche le tue di ambizioni.
All the
Non
way
c'è
to the
molto.
highest peak. You taught them that, didn't you?
But what if one day the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if it was all a huge mistake right from the start? If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
Have you asked them what they think?
Hai chiesto loro cosa ne pensano?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my days.
Dopo avermi salvato dalle grinfie dei pirati. È rifinita nelle grinfie dei pirati. Mi sono ripromessa che avrei seguito le tue orme per il resto della mia vita.
I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. All I know is that here and now, in the present, I wish to continue. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my sensei Domon before me, am a master of Meikyo Shisui art.
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way.
La pensiamo tutti così.
Goodness. Well,
Oh, cielo. Beh, io...
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me. so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you,
Quindi, così come io ho affidato a te le mie ambizioni, è ora che tu affidi a loro le tue.
you are not in the same
In
position that I
fondo,
was.
di generazione in
left,
generazione,
I
no?
had nothing to my name. But you have a great number of worthy disciples.
I understand.
Ma non ce la
I'm
faccio?
sorry to have
O
made
sì?
you worry for me and for the state of Miyakyoshi's sweetheart.
Ah.
I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far. This is my promise.
Ci sta,
And I
eh?
humbly ask Anzai.
Checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind again. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure you aren't cutting any corners with them. Oh, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yae and then get yourself back home.
Ecco. Grazie.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
Quindi anche se l'ambizione gli è stata tolta, i suoi discepoli possono occuparsene per conto suo. Questo risolve tutto, no? Sì, sembra la soluzione migliore che potessimo desiderare.
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yae has some words for you.
Lo sapevo.
So, my intuition was correct.
Quindi avevo ragione.
The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores.
Il vento che soffia da lontano porta vita nuova su queste spiagge.
For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment.
È ancora presto per incontrarci adesso. Ciò nonostante hai messo
I have high hopes for you, child.
Non mi lascio tempo
Don't
di
disappoint
finire. Ripongo grandi speranze in te, cara. Non deludermi. Ok.
Ooh, Lady Yae seems to have taken a real interest in you.
Lady Yae sembra essere molto interessata a te.
She seems super mysterious.
Avrà sentito parlare
I'm
di
so
lei.
curious what she really meant by all that. We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kami. Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Ayaka? Dov'è? Si fa vedere. Oh. Ciao.
Traveler, Paimon. It is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face.
È un piacere potervi finalmente incontrare faccia a faccia. Già.
I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Ho saputo che avete aiutato i nostri 3 amici. Vi ringrazio di cuore. In realtà non abbiamo fatto molto. Il danno causato dalla perdita della visione non può essere annullato del tutto.
Yeah, short of getting them their visions back, it seems like there's no way to really help them. Ayaka, how come this time you get to come out and meet us in person?
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispensed with the screen for Toma also.
Wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant? Paimon's happy to help and all, but Paimon sure as heck did not sign up to be a servant.
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend, and was so before he ever became my attendant.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the screen. Alright, we can be friends.
D'accordo.
Thank you both kindly.
Grazie,
Back to the
grazie.
matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen? Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit the world are inconsequential. Thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains descent. All these things take place with no regard for the feelings of the common people. And I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be willing to reconsider your stance?
Oh,
You will?
bene.
Really?
Oh, si è svegliata. Lo farai davvero? Ma certo, ma devi mantenere la promessa che mi hai fatto.
Naturally.
Ovviamente.
All right, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you she wouldn't reject them. I'd placed my trust in the right person after all. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komori Tea House? We ought not to involve other members of the Yashiro Commission.
Nemmeno tuo fratello? Ok. Capisa.
Well, here we are again.
Ah, finalmente ci prendiamo un tè. Beh, eccoci di nuovo qui.
Please continue without me. I'll keep watch.
Farò da guardia. Oh. Non prende neanche un biscotto.
What's the deal with this place anyway?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair any property on this land, and even to allow or deny access.
E poi c'è un cane come proprietario, eh?
Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs.
Questi privilegi esistono
to
grazie a
discuss
loro.
details in front of bystanders.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Gotta keep a bit of mystery, right?
Bisogna mantenere un po' di mistero, giusto?
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only members of the Yashiro Commission are permitted to come and go as they please.
Oh,
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
una base segreta.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume you have a few questions that you wish to ask me?
Presumo tu abbia delle domande. Nessun altro,
The issue
Lotta?
is this. For the vast majority of people, the Vision Hunt Decree is something that has no implications whatsoever.
Chi non ce l'ha non ha problemi. Chi ce l'ha è ovvio.
After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, it is not unknown for visions to spark jealousy in others.
Scatenino gelosie negli altri.
Because
Immagino.
of this, the attitude of most people towards the Vision Hunt decree is one of indifference.
Per questo motivo la maggioranza delle persone è indifferente al decreto di caccia.
In addition to us, there is also the resistance on Watatsumi Island.
Tuttavia, oltre a noi vi è resistenza anche sull'isola di Watatsumi.
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting against the decree?
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sangonomiya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group. To say a little more about Sangonomiya, historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate of Narukami Island due to their different belief systems. Their agenda behind their resistance movement, beyond merely fighting the Vision Hunt decree.
Ok, che tipo di divinità è la Shogun?
The
Dai,
Almighty Shogun.
chiediamo.
I've seen her on but only a few occasions, most of them formal ceremonies. Commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority, complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well, an executive official, I suppose.
Hai mai sollevato un'obiezione?
Of course. We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenshukaku, it is promptly vetoed by both the Tenryou Commission and the Kanjo Commission, and subsequently scrapped. Adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decisions. They have no interest in discussing anything. Wonder whether they had a hand in the Shogun's sudden decision to issue the Vision Hunt decree.
Non ho altre domande.
Paimon has a question
Ah, quando arriva il pranzo?
Oh? What would you like to know, Paimon?
Cosa vorresti sapere?
Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt decree?
Ah, ok. Avete già un piano per combattere il decreto di caccia alle visioni?
To be honest, we do not.
No.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. Coming to terms with that is already a difficult step to take.
È ovvio. Dobbiamo trovare il modo di convincere, parlare con Raiden senza rischiare di beccarci la sua spada in testa.
For example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge, or manufacturing counterfeit visions.
Si possono fare visioni contraffatte? Ah già, Venti aveva una visione contraffatta, cioè aveva solo il gioiello.
You're telling Paimon that there are people out there who can make fake visions?
Counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine article.
Deve essere dove è andato Venti.
The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions, has recently been arrested by the Tenryou Commission. Only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply abandon Master Masakatsu. Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as part of the Yashiro Commission, we might seek to attempt.
Non immagino. Quindi vuoi scartare il lavoro su di me, eh?
By no means do we intend to place the burden of such a task on your shoulders alone. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family. There, you will find someone who can help you.
Forse sappiamo chi ci aiuterà. Però, ma scusa, non abbiamo neanche consumato gli stuzzichini. Non possiamo mangiare qualcosa prima di andare? Posso sedermi? Posso sedermi. Ok. Bene. direi che per questo video posso fermarmi qui e proseguiremo nel prossimo. Grazie di essere stati in mia compagnia. Se vi va, fatemi sapere sotto nei commenti cosa ne pensate. Lasciate un like e iscrivetevi per aiutarmi a crescere. E noi ci rivediamo alla prossima, sempre con Vimi. Nonigiri. Gnam gnam. Ciao ciao. Alla prossima. Ciao.